The streets were deserted.
Hello, Apocrypha fans. It's the Liching Hour. Tonight we're playing the Apocrypha Adventure Card Game. I'm Kevin from level 9, and tonight's mission is called the Law of the Jungle. Frank and Gabriella are heading back from the Mojave again, from being out a little bit closer to Lake Mead this time, or rather, very much near Lake Mead. And they've got a scroll in their hot little hands, heading back to their secret home base in the suburbs of Las Vegas. When they get there, they quickly unroll it, check it out. The scrolled name at the bottom, they can make out. They think it says something like Ereshkigal. Gabriella calls up Dr. Z's, and they talk. He doesn't recognize the name. She doesn't recognize the name. So he's interested. He's excited about researching it. So he's going to take some time to research it. Meanwhile, they start talking. They're starting to get a little paranoid. They've got 4 of these scrolls now, these contracts with other novums. They hold quite a lot of power over these novums, and they don't want to lose them. But they don't want to send them like in the mail or even hide them where they're staying. So Gabriella's been keeping them on her. I think they have 4 now, or they might have 5, maybe 4. And so they got to figure that out, and they're going to figure that out. But in the bit of the paranoia, Gabriella decides, and Frank, they get rid of their phones completely. They shouldn't be using phones anyway. Not with Aleph. Not sure if Aleph is completely on their side or not. They're going to get burners. So the next day they do that. They get some burners and get rid of their smartphones, and they're gonna Dr. Zeus and Sam set them up with they could have a smartphone because Zeus and Sam and Gabriella is no slouch either when it comes to hacking and computers. They can set themselves up. They're smart. They can set themselves up some heavily encrypted stuff, but they do that with a new phone. So they get new smartphones. They set them with heavily encrypted stuff. But also, they're doing a lot more communication through VPN on Gabriella's laptop. Because she gets rid of her phone, she keeps the number that she had calling Crystal, the demon informant, and she has Zeus hook her up with a way to send her messages to her phone via the internet and untraceable as far as they're concerned. So. And a way for her to receive messages back. And so she shoots out a message to her telling her, Crystal, that the one job's done, thanking her, and let her know if there's any more contracts to be had. It takes less than a day this time. Less than a day, and bing, you've got mail. And Gabrielle's got a little message from Crystal. And Crystal's message is... basically says, why all the secrecy, Gabriella? We're friends. But I do have another lead on a contract. The dame, one of these dames I know, who runs the, what's the name of the casino? It is Fortune's Harem. Very tall skyscraper downtown. And she says in the email, that was me just filling you in, but she says in the email, Dame's Fortune's one of those places that's hard to see unless you're looking right at it. And a lot of out of towners don't go there. It's more for the locals. And she says, make sure to keep your third eye open. And that's it. Basically tell her that the demon who runs that tower, that casino, has one of the contracts. Opening a third eye, and maybe she says something along the lines, there's going to be a little bit more of a scavenger hunt. Keep your third eye open. Gabrielle doesn't really know what that means, keeping your third eye open. And Frank, of course, that's way over his head. So, but they agree, okay, we're going to go back out that next night. They're going to get themselves dressed up. They're going to the casino, baby. And sure enough, when they go into town and they're looking for it, they find Fortune's harem. It's right, like across the street from the Palms. But they could have swore they don't remember seeing it the last time they were through, or any time they were in Las Vegas. But now that they're looking for it, there it is. Big, a lot of red windows. It must be like 32 floors. Well, is that big enough? 32 floors? Is that a skyscraper? It's big. Lots of floors. It's big. It's huge. Let's see. Yes. So, tonight's episode, Gabriella and Frank are going into a casino and hunting down the contract there. Mechanically speaking, this is a little bit of a different... I think this is the first time I've done one of these. It's a mixture of two things. One I have done before. It's called At the Stronghold is one of the structures. At the Stronghold means I took 3 structure or nexuses, made the decks, and then I combined them all into one and collapsed them all into a skyscraper. So we're only going to be at one nexus, but the deck is 45, or no, I'm sorry. They're 9 cards, 27 cards deep. And then we have our Omen deck. I've got to get through, the team has to get through all these cards and have one other stipulation. This is the new part that I haven't played before. This mechanic called the trophies. Each gift that we draw tonight and we play for might go into our trophy pile, Gabrielle's or Frank's, whoever wins it, or it might go in the master, the big bad for this night. And then at the end of this game, when all these cards were through the whole clock, no, not through these cards, through the whole clock, right? Yeah, through the whole clock, then if we have more trophies than it does, we win. And vice versa. If it has more than us, then it wins. Thematically, the system doesn't do it wasn't going to say very good. It doesn't do any job whatsoever explaining thematically or what these trophies are supposed to represent. So what I'm going to do is, what I'm going to attempt to do is, these are going to represent, the gifts I draw here are going to represent clues to where the contract might be. And I'm going to try to be a little more fluid with them, and we'll see how that goes. But that's what I'm going to do. The gifts they win and go into their trophy pile are going to be triggers that help us get closer to figuring out where the contract of this big bad is hiding and where it's hidden. We might even confront the big bad at some point and then be done. Not done with the game, but be done with it and still be working through the clock. Okay, so that's the setup. We are at the skyscraper, the Nexus, the Doom. Power for this is at the start of our turns. Anybody's turn, you got to recycle 1 card, then draw 1 card. Always popping. All right, and then the other side is when you take damage, somebody else may suffer the damage instead. Interesting. Right. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Let's see what Gabrielle's got going on. Gabrielle's open hand is a lot of omens. Couple omens of hope. That's cool. An omen of doom. A blunderbuss. Nice. And some wishful thinking. Okay. Some wishful thinking and a blunderbuss. those are awesome. So she's walking in packing. She's looking awesome. Got the blunderbuss strapped to her midriff and or small of her back. Let's just go ahead. I'm gonna start doing that. Frank and Gabrielle are gonna do it. And then he's packing too. He's got a pearl-handled revolver. He's also packing 3 omens. Look at that. And then the star clock. And now this represents this feeling of new. Like, it was hard to explain, but it was when Frank was looking out at the desert, looking up at stars he doesn't see in Chicago, and realizing that maybe it's okay that he's a big part of something. There's something in the back of his mind somewhere that makes him feel even more comfortable with this, but he doesn't understand that part. And we haven't really understood that part yet. But I think we'll get there. Okay. So let's do this. First up. Oh, there's a couple other things that are going to pop up with this. I haven't explained everything that's going to go on with this. You'll see. First up, Omen of Doom horror show. Okay. So I got a couple of omens of doom. I got a couple of omens of hope. I'm not afraid of no ghost. Huh. Okay, so I only need to have nobody starts with any gifts, trophies. The big bad here doesn't start with them. We don't start with any. So I'm gonna play Omen of Doom Inertia. If it's a gift, avoid it or discard 1 card. Wow, right off the bat, things get weird. So Gabriella and Frank, now that they found Fortune's harem, the casino, they walk in the front doors, and right away things don't feel right. It's not that they don't feel right, things don't feel real. It feels almost, the further they walk in, the longer they're there, the more dreamlike everything becomes. From the lights and the people and the motion and the things that are going on, the sounds. I won't say it's not like hallucinogenic, but it definitely in there all their spidey senses go off. Like they got almost permanent goosebumps this whole mission because they're sensitive to these corners and the weaknesses in the fabric of reality, between reality and not insanity, but other reality and or other realities. So this whole place feels like some kind of nexus. All right, and right away, Gabrielle walks in and realizes she's got to reset, and so she tells Frank she's going to go visit the powder room, and she goes off. And as we know, bathrooms don't work really well. Bathrooms tend to be really bad places for our heroes, and this proves to be no different. And she goes in the bathroom right away the moment she walks in there, and the casino is pretty busy. There's quite a bit of people in there. If they're people, there's a mixture of people and demons going on. There might be less people than are demons, but she knows right away that the moment she goes in this bathroom and there ain't nobody in there, that, oh boy, here we go. And she can't tell if the feelings that she's having, her spidey sense tingling so much, is from just being in the hotel period or the casino period or this bathroom. It's all kind of muddied. And she walks up to the mirror, takes out her handbag. She's gonna do part of a little bit of a ritual to get herself kind of in the right mindset in order to deal with this environment. As she's staring in her eyes and staring in her own eyes in the mirror, the lights flash, and she flash, and she's rolling her eyes because she's like, okay, I knew this was going to happen. But the problem is when she rolls her eyes, she does it for herself, really. When she does it, the light flashes. When it flashes one time, her eyes mid-roll, it just looks like she's got white eyes. And that unnerves her a little bit. And that's when when it flashes again, there's like tendrils of that's when it strikes, is when she feels just a little unconfident. and it strikes. Okay. Mind or soul? She's going to do mind. And she needs a 13, which isn't super easy. So her mind is at the bottom of her card, which facing her, which means she can mutate to help herself. I think that's what we're going to do. She's going to mutate. We got to figure out which one it's going to be. I need a D8. Number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perverse. All right, we're going to roll a mutation die. 4 damage. All saints who assisted also suffer the damage. Okay. Okay, so she will be able to re-roll 3. All right, her mind is 3. She has no conjure. What does she got as far as fleeting fragments that could help? Flip 1 die, trash 3. That's not going to help. All right, what we got in our hand? Oh, hey, we've got wishful thinking in our hand. We can, during evaluate, we could use wishful thinking to gamble up to a number of dice equal to your mind feature. That basically means re-rolling them, but losing them if you get any odds. Or she just discard this to boost her mind and get another die. I think that's what she's going to do. Yeah. Discard wishful thinking to get another die. And then all she's got in her hand is... Oh. I could... Does she use the blunderbuss tonight? Does she... A symbol versus a threat. So it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even have to be a rage thing. Discard this. Add 1 rage die. If you're skilled in strike, they may also add a mind or soul die. She is. I think she's going to do that. Yeah. So 1 rage and 1 mind. Rage and a mind. Okay. Feeling good. I don't want to mess around with this. This is a 13. And I don't got to do anything funky here. That is 14. Keeping 3, it's 14. She rolls her eyes. The lights flash. She sees her whites. That unnerves her just a little bit. And then when it flickers again, there's these smoky tendrils coming around her. She takes a deep breath. She takes out her blunderbuss. She slaps it down on the counter. She kind of grabs onto it. And then she opens her eyes. She closes her eyes while she's doing that. She opens them again. And gripping the blunderbuss, she just kind of feels this inner warmth come. She cultivates it, stokes it, blows on it mentally, just kind of feeling it come up through her body and start filling up her limbs. And as she's gripping the blunderbuss starts to glow too. And then the shadows kind of back off a bit. And then as she goes more and using the blunderbuss as sort of a focal point, she picks it up, and when she holds it like this, light starts bursting out of the top of it. She just learned a new trick, by the way. And she turns slowly, pointing it. And as she points it, this line pierces through the darkness and seals it, seals the rip that had happened right around it, where these shadows had started coming through, forging it. And then she turns back at the counter and bangs the blunderbuss back down. Now it says examine 2, then return the examined cards in any order. So we get to look at 2 of these. We've got an Omen of Doom, and we got a Soul Stealer. Huh. We're going to put the Soul Stealer back. She waits a few moments, letting the heat run through her, knowing that it's there. So this is the first time she's made contact. Well, that's not true. I was going to say this is the first time she made contact without being in danger, but that's exactly what just happened. But this feels a little different than what she's done before. What she's done before, it seems like it would burst out of her without her like summoning it. This is the first time she summoned this light inside her. So she takes kind of like she's definitely feeling more centered now and ready for whatever's going on outside in the casino or whatever this place is. She opens her eyes, and here we're gonna play. An Omen of Doom horror show and evaluate versus a threat. Trash the highest die. There's this Soul Stealer. We're gonna roll to see if that's gonna mean anything. Violence with a 15. Rage. Her soul is 2. I'd much rather try rage. So 3 dice. She has strike and hack, but we can only use 1. It's 4. Let's see if she leaves with a little something extra. And she does. Look at that. So, let's see. When she opens her eyes again, and she goes to turn, she notices something standing. This is going to be a literal thing. She noticing something on the edge of the counter, tucked away towards the corner, and it's an old Polaroid looking deal. But she can tell it's not. Oh wait, this is a gift. So this is the deal. Yeah. All right, she got it. Okay. So what happens is whenever we get a gift is a trophy. Once I roll, then we roll for the master. They roll 2 dice plus double however many contracts we have. She has no contracts, so it's not adding it. So it's not going to be able to. It gets. Ooh, I roll good for her too. She got a 10, but it's less than what I rolled. So we win our first trophy. So that means this is not a literal thing. This is a clue. She sees a flash. Okay, so she did tell us there was a series of her closing her eyes, setting and opening them. She closes, she opens, and suddenly she sees there's a lot more people in the bathroom, and there's someone there taking selfies. A girl, yeah. A group of girls are taking selfies, and one's got, I'm going to say they don't have the contract on them. It seems too obvious. Maybe that's all it needs to be. There's someone taking a selfie in with a group of girls, and it looks like all the girls are super infatuated with this woman who's taking the selfie in the mirror, and she is much more glamorous than they could ever be, this woman who's taking the picture. And she's taking the picture, and in the woman's taking the picture of herself in the mirror, and then she almost turns and looks right at Gabriella, and Gabriella blinks, and all of them, everybody's gone, and she's back in the bathroom, and no one's around. Hey, Heroic. Thanks for joining me on this lovely Tuesday evening. Okay, so that's what that was. This is going to go on our trophy pile. This is our first trophy of the night. And then, do I draw new cards and keep these omens? What does he have? Does he have any omens of hope? He does. Yeah. Yep, she's going to hold on to her omens of hope for now. And we are going to, she's going to draw back up to 5. And we're going to pass the turn over to Frank. Omen of Doom, Pain. All right, that's a lot of omens he's got in hand, so he's going to play through a bunch of these. And they're all going to be pain. I don't want to do any of these. These are terrible. All right, we're going to try this. Oh, wait, I know what this is going to be. This is going to be another Omen of Doom. All right, let's play the worst. Is this the worst one? Yeah. Oh, no, that's not. We're going to play this because it's actually part of the investigation. We're going to draw an Omen for free, and then we're going to draw the next card, which is another Omen. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, this is doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom. Another gift. Look at that. So while Frank's waiting for Gabrielle to finish up in the bathroom, he's scoping the place out, right? And it's taken him a few minutes to get a handle on the state of this place. This doesn't feel, something's really off here, and not from there's a lot of crime and bad things going on, but more from this is literally doesn't feel like reality to him. Especially him. He's a lot more grit based, this feels more like he's like how he views the world when he's drunk, which is a lot of times after work, but he's not drunk, and so he's seeing kind of, it's fuzzy, but he's doing his best. He's looking around, and we'll see if he notices this clue, the magic mason jar. His soul is a 1 die, so he's going to be using mind. 3 on the mind. Conjure and sense. He has sense. Okay, he needs a 12. Let's see if he gets it. I guess I could mutate. Let's mutate. We don't do that for gifts very often. 6. Wait a minute. Hold on. I want to see what the... Yeah, screw it. Skirt. I don't think I want the gifts that badly. There's something else that's going to be happening. Every time one of the players draws from the clock, if they have more trophies than the master, then we've got to deal with something else. And I want to try to find this balance where we're not dealing with that something else as much as possible. I'm not worried about the big bad or the master getting as many trophies as us. Frankly, Blockley. So I'm not gonna try to force issue and try too hard to get these gifts. Let's see. Frank's got 4 dice. He's got 11, 12, 13, 4. Okay, yeah, he picked this up. Let's see. Magic mason jar to see what the ghosts see. Catch the ghosts. Oh. So, one of the waiters walks by and stops and comes up to him. He's got a tray, and on the tray are several glasses of drinks that she hasn't served yet. And she looks at Frank and she's like, "Would you like anything, sir?" And while she's talking to him, he can't take his eyes off one of the glasses that's on the tray because the liquid's moving, and it's just kind of swirling around. And he's looking at it, and he can swear he sees a ball drop and start running around in the water. And then suddenly he's seeing a roulette table, and she goes, "Sir," and he comes out of it and it's gone, and the liquid's not moving. And he's like, no, thank you. And then she starts to walk away. He goes, and he grabs her. He goes, "Actually, give me a scotch, whatever you got." Okay. So she goes off, and Gabriella comes out of the bathroom. Now, we got to roll. Hold on. Wait, what did we roll? We got to roll 2 dice for the master. Right, master rolled 5. We've rolled more. We get the trophy. So now Gabriella and Frank both have trophies. And Frank has a literal shit ton of omens. We got to clear his hand up because he's going to be stuck with all these if he doesn't. But this is crappy. Suffer 1 body damage. Suffer 1 body damage. Blah, blah, blah. Fine. Here we go. Omen of Doom Curiosity. You cannot play powers to avoid during this investigation. My bad. Gabriella hasn't come back out yet. She's still dealing with her problem in there. The girl comes back quicker than he thought with the drink. And she hands him the drink. And when he grabs a drink, he immediately realizes that he should not have. Something doesn't feel right the moment he touches it. And I'm going to see if he holds on to it for too long. Let's do Rage. Because that's kind of his thing. He gets 4. It's his bag. Rage is my bag. All right, 4 dice. Study he does not have. 4 dice to get 10. I'm not super worried about that. That's a lot of... Yeah, we'll do it. Oh boy, I should have been a little bit worried. Look at that. 6, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Whew. All right. He takes it and he immediately goes and he grabs her arm. She's like startled. He puts it back on her tray and he goes and he kind of goes like that and sends her off. She's like, asshole, and goes off. But he looks at his hands. Something wasn't right about that glass, and he wasn't going to hold on to it any longer to catch whatever it was that was on it. Okay. He's hoping Gabrielle will hurry her ass up because he wants to hit the roulette tables now that he saw that in the glass. No. Okay, we'll do this one. Omen of Doom, Waste. When you play your first card during the investigation, discard 1 card. Mr. Beetleman. This is a body gift. Ally. A twittering flute, a bowler hat, a hobbled sparrow, and more rose beetles than is strictly necessary. Huh. So, Frank, after a couple more minutes of watching everybody and watching everything, he realizes that probably 90% of the people in here are supernatural of some sort or another. He can't tell if they're all demons. He's not necessarily getting the bad vibe off of everybody, although there are quite a bit. A lot of them aren't really noticing him. They're doing their own thing. But one guy bumps into him as he's walking by, and we'll see how that goes. If he bumps back. All right, so Frank, this is a body check. Well, it's going to be a body check because we only have 1 die in soul. So Frank's got 3. Let's see, what's this guy do? Evaluate using mind or soul. Reload. Add +1 for each other damned gift in your hand. Does he have some? He got damned gifts? Damage. Sacrifice. Decrease damage to 0. Well, that's a heck of a not a bad thing to do. To have. This is worth getting. Body. Do I have anything in my hand to help get this? No. I could have added a rage die because of his... Oh, if I had recycled. A good way to get rid of some of these omens. Oh, hey. That was a threat. I'm going to back just real quick because I haven't touched the clock since he drew in the beginning. I keep forgetting this 1 power of his, and I swear to God, we're not freaking forgetting it tonight. Win versus a threat. Discard 1 card. Examine the top card of the clock. If it's an omen, draw it. He's going to discard one of these Omens of Doom afflictions, where he's going to suffer a body or rage damage. He's going to examine the top card. It is a Omen of Hope. He's going to take that sucker. Nice. Okay, this is better. All right. Okay, back to this. Mr. Beetleman. He's got 3. He does not have Charm. He does have Resist 1. He needs a 15. Does he care enough to make sure we get this. Well, we're going to try it. I don't know if I'm not going to cry if I don't have it. Right on. That's 16. I'm sorry. No, wait, that's 14. That's 14. That is not a automatic win. Although Gabriella could recycle one gift matching her tool, conjure, no, conjure, sense, no, mystic portal. Why does she even have that? She's going to, I mean, we're one away. Why not? Gifts are not going to be a bad thing. She's going to recycle. She's going to recycle a card that matches her skill to add +1 to that roll. So that's a 15 now. The big bad is going to roll 2 dice. She rolled an 8, which is less than this, so he's taking the trophy. I don't think it goes in your hand. It goes in the trophy pile, right? Right. Where do I learn about? Oh, right. If checkers out, you could put the trophy into their trophy pile. Yeah, so we don't actually get the. Oh, I know. At the end of the game, if you win, or if we win, we get to keep all the cards in our trophy pile. So then we could decide if we want Mr. Beetleman or not. So that means if Mr. Beetleman's a clue. So when he gets hit and he sees this big dude, the big dude looks down at him, and he doesn't look down on him in like malice or anything, but kind of like another strong man kind of greeting another strong man. And then Frank feels like he blinks and the guy is not there anymore. But he still feels the hit, but the guy just kind of disappeared, or like he didn't even exist at all. Yeah. Frank's not quite sure how to deal with that, but we're gonna keep going with him because we can. We're gonna flip our Nexus to Hope. I didn't do that thing in the beginning. I get to examine one. Ooh, cryptid. And then may investigate it. Yeah, let's investigate it. Right. What is taking Gabrielle so long, he thinks. Although, really, all the stuff that just happened all happened within, like, 5 minutes, and she's still calming herself down. She just got done. She's about to see the vision that she saw. Frank backs up, and he finds himself... he backs up because of the whole thing that just happened with that big guy bumping into him. He backs up next to the woman's bathroom. He wants to put his back up against the wall, and then sink back in the shadows and just watch. And he's moving back, and he finds his hand hits a counter, and he turns around, and he's up against a closed coat check. Well, closed in the sense that it's dark, but there isn't anybody working it. But he sees lots of clothes, not clothes. I'm sorry, like fur coats and shit like that, and it's weird to him that as he's looking at this, and it's almost like the darkness gets a little lighter, and it looks like it goes on forever. And he's looking at it, and suddenly the fur coats swing out, and it's almost like they're tentacles of fur, and they start to try to grab onto him. And we're going to do a rage check. For sure. For here, he has sense. Okay. We're going to roll. Jeez. Jeez Louise, bro. These things come whipping out, and I think they thought they were going to, do something, but he just immediately catches them, and he starts pulling on them, and they're like pulling back, and he just lets them go. And then he steps back, and he's like, man, I really wish I could have had that scotch. Maybe I'll try. No. Where the hell is Gabriella? Should we play one more Omen of Hope? Let's do it. Sundown. Investigate your nexus. Omen of Doom. Boy, so many omens. Oh, immediately draw another one. Mummy powder. All right. We'll do body. This is another gift. Since 6, 10, 11. That's enough to get it. And okay, that's 11. I'm sorry, that's not 11. That's 13. That means ooh, it got close. He doesn't have any contracts. That's where it would have came in. The master having the trophy. So he has gained. So, another clue to where this contract could be. When he struggles with the coats and they let go, he looks down and there's looks like there's this powder all over him. Yeah. And it goes like this, and he smells it, and it smells very familiar. He's been on a lot of drug busts before, and smells a heck of a lot like cocaine. And then when he goes like this, it just kind of evaporates into the air like just glitter. It just kind of it's gone. So he doesn't actually have his arms aren't coated with cocaine, but he's not quite sure what that was about. Wait, will I just hunt those monsters? He does. I mean, he does. These monsters are easy peasy stuff for these guys. The ones I keep drawing, they're just like base monsters. So we got a new trophy. The hallucination was cocaine arms, and I think he's finally gonna stop. But I still got I got so many omens in my hand. I don't want to. All right, screw it. We're gonna play one more. It's Omen of Doom. Flip your Nexus Doom, investigate it, and evaluate. Gamble at least one die. No problem. Bones. Another gift. Okay. Do we have the timeout? Like, how do we win? Where is it? You win if you time out and a saint has more cards in their trophy pile than the masters. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I'm worried about us finishing this deck before the omen deck gets done. We've only done 2 omens from this, or collected 2 omens from the clock. Then we'll be tied to it. Then it's going to be a lot of clocking. Fine. He's got good. Oh wait, we're already. Okay, this already happened. All right, I got to gamble 1 die to get these bones. We'll do. Here, we'll do mind. He's got 3 dice for mind. Ooh. I'm not worried about getting this one. We're gonna roll 3 dice. How you doing, McTeddy? I saw you were playing 24 earlier. That looked like an old ass game. 8, 11. Oh, he made it. Okay, well. All right, let's roll for... Okay, now, here's a chance for the master to actually get a trophy. If she rolls 2 6s, which I'm not going to, okay. Okay. He gets yet another... So Frank's just getting all the clues right now. Ah, PlayStation 2. I was wondering if that was a PC. It looked more like a console game. Bones. All right. Where is Gabriella? He's thinking. He's just backed away from the coat check. There's some opening tables that are nearby, and so he kind of goes over to watch his craps. And the moment he looks at the crap table, he sees all these dice flying in there, and then he blinks and shakes his head, and then there's just the 2 dice that someone's throwing, and a bunch of yelling. Yeah, someone rolls a 7. I think that's a good thing. It's a good thing for somebody. So this goes into his trophy pile as well. I don't think the master's gonna have any luck with the trophies. All right, he's gonna draw up. We're done with him. He's gonna draw up. He's got 4 cards. We're going to move on. Gabrielle comes out of the bathroom. As she comes walking out of the bathroom, this girl saddles up next to her. A plain girl, not in any kind of white gown or anything, but very plain, hair, and it looks a little out of place. But her eyes, and something about her doesn't scream demon, but definitely just screams like she's definitely in place. And she says, "Hi, did you just get here? I'd like to tell you a little bit about the body." And Gabrielle looks at her. Gabriella is like, "My body? Your whose body?" She says, "Our Lord's body. The body is a very sacred thing. I'd love to. Would you like to go somewhere where more private, and we can tell you more about the body?" And that's when Gabriella noticed she's got a book of some sort that she's clutching as she kind of brings up, and on it, she suddenly Gabriella gets this flashback to Candlepoint. She hasn't thought about Candlepoint in like a year, it feels like. There were these cult members of this serpent cult, and she can't remember what the name of theirs was, but this body seems, she got the feeling of it, and then when she looks back at these girls' eyes, she sees this cold kind of hunger mixed with this sexuality that immediately turns Gabrielle's stomach. Let's see how she's going to treat. We need 3 rage and resist. Don't want to lose this, but I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. 10. Let's give it a shot. Right on. With the whole streaming PS2 and older stuff. Like older PlayStation stuff or older, like any older console stuff. 11, 12, 13. Gabrielle puts her hand on the girl's shoulder and looks her right straight in the eyes and says, "I'm not talking about anybody's body with you. Goodbye." And she kind of shoves her, maybe a little harder than she actually meant. But the girl kind of stumbles back. Just kind of, she doesn't look startled. She just kind of watches her go as Gabrielle looks around for Frank. Goes back over here. Now, let's play. We're still, oh, she's got to recycle 1 card, then draw 1 card. Okay. We're going to recycle the Devil Tree Omen, draw a card. Hey, I like this card. You'll see which one. Okay. Flip it in, flippity, flippity. I was supposed to gamble or die, I forgot. Okay, yeah. And DOS? Oh my gosh. Old computer games? How about like Bard's Tale, Wizardry, stuff like that? Or just console? Well, you say DOS, so I'm assuming it's not just King's Quest. Any Sierra stuff? Leisure Suit Larry. Let me go. Does she have 5 enduring fragments? She does not. Okay. All right, we're gonna play Righteous Anger. Gabrielle is all pumped and ready to go. She has a feeling she needs to track down this woman she saw taking a selfie in the bathroom. Spy. Where's Frank? She's looking around, looking at Frank. He's over staring at the craps table. Still, just then that's happening. She's not looking over there, but as she's scanning, she's literally hears a scan. And she hears a sound that she's used to hearing when she was dealing with all these drones and bots in Seattle. And she goes, and she's like, okay, I know where that is. And she's looking around and she looks up. She knows to look up. Most people aren't looking up. And sure enough, hovering in the air kind of a little bit farther up is a familiar drone. And she could swear its little camera is focused on her. So she, let's see, what do we got? She doesn't have, I don't feel like she has her console, her like deck on her. That would seem weird. But that said, Zeus and Sam hooked them up. She got herself a new phone. Like I said in the beginning, she got herself a new phone in the midst of being a little bit paranoid. But got herself a new phone that's actually more smart and more computer than it is phone. And maybe that's what she pops out. Maybe it's a smaller tablet versus a phone. And she wonders if they downloaded, when they set it up for her, if they set up with the backdoor kind of things that they had developed in order to battle these drones when they had to. And she pulls out her phone, I don't want to call it a phone anymore. I want to call it her little deck and her mini deck. And sure enough, they had included those the backdoor kind of apps for this. So let's use mind. That's 3. Hack is 1. They okay, so yeah. Dungeon crawls. The old school ones, I loved them when I was a kid. I've tried, well, actually, like Bard's Tale and stuff. They just released a kickstarted Bard's Tale 4, and they revamped the Bard's Tale trilogy. And if you hadn't checked that out, dude, you should check it out because it's pretty awesome. The Bard's Tale trilogy. They made the art really nice, but it's still got this, and they added auto mapping features. I don't know if you ever played those, but those were pretty cool. You can get those on Steam actually. I streamed a few of them when they released them earlier this year. Okay, so we got 3. If she recycles 1 mind or hack gift, she's going to be able to keep 4 dice. So I'm not super worried about. Oh wait, we still need 14. She could do this. Oh, I get to add and symbol versus a threat. Add a bonus die. Well, thank you very much. I sure will. All right, I get to keep 4 of these because I have a mind gift I can recycle in here. And 8, 13. Let's recycle Mystic Portal and keep 4 dice. And she boop. She opens up her little app, flings this swipes right, and there's like a waitress walking by, and she runs over, like steps over really quick and pushes the waitress out of the way as the drone loses power. Just goes shoo, and becomes just a paperweight on the ground. Spam. The waitress looks a little startled, but more like she's startled that Gabrielle like moved her than a drone falling out of the sky. It's almost, this is all a little bit of a dream kind of zone going on in here. Right. And then Sure. Omen of Hope, Health. In a symbol, you may stake one gift. Business suit. Business time. Etrian Odyssey. I remember that. I don't think I ever played it though. Right on. You gotta play what the audience wants. Business suit. I could see Frank having the business suit. Well, let's see if she's even going to get this before I worry about what the fiction is. 3, she has resist. I'm not super need this. 11, 12, whoop, that was it. Here we go. 11, 12, 13. Ah, she missed it. That's okay. When you fail against the gift, nothing happens. Nobody gets the trophy. Okay. And she's going to draw up to 5. Just 3 cards. And we're going to pass the turn to Frank. So Frank turns around and he sees Gabriella. It's like, oh, good. He goes to move her, and suddenly this girl steps in front of his thing. Same girl that was talked to Gabriella, and she looks up at him with these big doughy eyes and dough-like eyes. And would you like to hear more about the body? What are you talking about, kid? The body of our Lord. The body is the most sacred thing in the world, and in all of reality. I think you'd like the body, she says. And then she says this in a much different voice than she's expecting him to be like a lot of creepy middle-aged men and into like she's like a maybe early 20s. And but Frank don't play any of that. And besides, he's got Gabriella. He's he don't play that anyway. He's all business. He just looks at her and sniffs, and she don't smell right. We're going to roll rage. He's gonna roll rage, and resist 1. All right. He no thanks, kid. And he kind of picks her up, puts her over. He just picks her up, puts her up, like moves her out of the way, and then heads over to Gabriella. Let's see. Heads over to Gabriella. Is like, what took you so long? She says, I ran into something. And she says it in a way, and he looks at it and goes, yeah, me too. There's a lot of shit going on around here, isn't there? It's like, yeah, you see it? Yeah, I'm seeing things. Okay. I think they might be traces. Yeah, traces. Yeah. He says, I think we should start in the around here on the dice with craps, and then maybe move over to roulette. And she looks at him. She's all, okay, all right. Tell me if you see a movie star, actress. He looks at her. He's like, all right. So we're still in Doom. Oh, you know what? I didn't recycle a card for him. He's got to recycle a card, then draw a card. Let's recycle this Omen of Doom. Final Ross battle. What up, dude? Thanks for joining the dungeon, man. We are playing Apocrypha Adventure Card Game. Tonight's mission is the Law of the Jungle. Hey, I haven't seen this guy in a while. Okay. Omen of Hope, and a symbol using body add a bonus die. We're going to flip through this deck before we even get to all through the omens here. Boom. Okay. Mimi Ruse Elixir. I got way more gifts than I need because I don't think the master is going to get any of the gifts in order to match rival Frank's gift pile here, his trophy pile. But let's try it. We got three body. He's got no charm, of course. Ready? Try this. Solo Solitaire. I am playing this and coming up with a story as I go. It's like make-believe with a card game. But it's a system that allows for it. It's like role-playing. It's not like role-playing. It is role-playing. 11, 14. Oh, geez, Frank cannot lose today. Okay. So they start off walking through the tables. They don't know necessarily what they're looking for. They're following fragments and images and visions. They both feel it. And as Frank's kind of walking through the tables, he... oh wait, hold on. This was I have to roll for the master just to make sure. Yeah, she doesn't get it, of course. He gets this flash of somebody drinking, a woman. A drink coming up to a woman's mouth, and then it being empty, and her starting to walk. No. A man takes the cup from her and goes off, and then she follows as if they're going off to get more. And he looks at Gabriella. He motions to Gabriella and says like this, and they head off in the direction that he kind of envisioned towards the. And it looks like, and as they walk for just a few minutes, they find themselves in the roulette area of the casino. Yeah, I play Scythe. Well, I just finished up my second playthrough of Rise of Fenris. That happened Friday night. Yes. All right. There's that. And that was all. That's all for Frank tonight. I mean, not tonight, for right now. Gabriella's turn. So, Gabriella's following behind Frank as they start walking into the roulette area of the casino. This time, a different person stops her. This is a man, like thick, kind of bigger. He's got his one meaty paw. He's got that book, and he's looking at her, and he kind of looks her up and down. And he goes, "Oh, I want to tell you about the body. You need to hear about the body. The body can help you." I don't know who this works on. He must. Yeah, I don't know. He must work on somebody. Maybe it's the pheromones he puts off because he's kicking and Gabrielle can feel it. But yeah, she's not having this body stuff. Oh, he goes to grab her. He puts his hand on her arm. And one of the other meaty paw goes on her arm. And that's a really bad thing to do with Gabriella. Super bad. So we're going to roll. Her rage is 3. Resist is 1. And we're going to make this fun. And she's going to use her blunderbuss. Just cuz. Jeez, dude. Jeez, dudes. Rage. Yes. So this guy doesn't know what's going on, and within like 3 seconds, his one arm's no longer on her. The other one's dropped the book. He can't feel it. And something big and cold and metal is shoved up into his jowls right here. And she says, I don't want to hear. You're going to take your fucking body and you're going to go the fuck out of here. Go now. And he's like, well, and she pulls back the hammer and he hears that click. He's, all right, can I get my, no. And she kicks the book underneath some tables and he looks at her. But when he looks at her, she sees that same, like, cold, dead eye kind of thing, the snake-like eyes. And so she knows that he's not going to go anywhere. He's going to slither off into the dark and hide in the shadows until she's gone. And he's going to come back and get his creepy book. But he's gone. And she's going to play an Omen of Doom. She's got to suffer body or rage damage. Oh, no. I don't want to suffer body or rage damage. Come on, man. Can I draw any omens? No. Alright, that's it. She's gonna pass her turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's good. That was her turn. Omen of Doom. We gotta keep dealing with these damn things. This one's an older woman. She comes sliding up next to Frank. She slides her arm through his arm. Hey. Ooh, you got a nice body, she says. Have you ever thought about our Lord's body? He looks at her like, are you crazy, lady? Because she probably is. Be a lot easier if these people weren't bothering us. He's got 4 rage, 1 in resist. He jerks his arm out from purposely a little stronger than he probably should have, and she it's almost like her arm pulls a little bit, and she looks startled as much as she can with her cold dead eyes, and he leaves her as she wanders off to look for somebody else. He goes up to Gabriella, is like, this place is crawling with snake cult. She's like, yeah, I know, but I don't know if they're snake cult or... He's like, yeah, they're snakes. They're definitely I've seen those eyes before on dogs. Dogs are his racist term for skinwalkers. He calls them all dogs, whether they turn into snakes or rats or whatever. All right, that's her. She discarded this. It is his turn to play, and he's going to play an Omen of Doom. Memory stick. All right. Frank's got 3 dice in mind. He's got no hack, no study. Let's roll it. He's been rolling really good. Let's see what he does. 5, 8, 9. That's enough. So we're in the roulette area, and he walks up to one of the tables, and he's watching as it goes around the table, as the ball or whatever it's called goes around the table, and kind of syncing up with the vision that he saw in glass. And as it's going around, it kind of starts blurring, and in the middle of the table, it's almost like a scrying table. All of a sudden, he sees he sees a hotel, what he thinks is a hotel key. It's like he sees the stripe, like a credit card. It looks like a credit card at first, and he recognizes it as a hotel key, the stripe and everything, and a man's hand holding it, and he just catches the number. It's like 333. 333 is on the number. Yeah. Maybe, and he thinks about it, like, he saw the number, but it was more like it was made out of lights, the number was. Because the numbers aren't printed on the card. He gets this feeling like it's a 333. So he motions over for Gabrielle. They go back, meet back up, and he says, should we go? And she's like, well, I don't know if I want to find this woman, or maybe I'll find that woman there. So they'd agree that they're going to head into the hotel area, go up to room floor 3. He rolled. Okay, so hold on. 8, 9. Oh, here we go. Master rolled a 5. So, yep, that was his memory. That was his. He has no more omens in his hand. He's going to pass the turn to Gabriella. He's going to draw an Omen of Doom. And as per the rules of the game, this particular mission, we have to keep dealing with these guys. So they turn, look around for... They turn to look around for wherever they can get to the rooms in the hotel. I mean, the elevators. As she turns around, she notices the big dude. He's just like she thought. He's slinked out of the shadows and he's looking around, rooting around for his book. And she decides right before she goes back up there, she's gonna plant a foot in his ass. Eight, 9, 10, just barely. Sure enough, he's bending over. She hits him. He flies. He hits one of the tables and upsets a game. And people are all pissed off and look around. And she just keeps walking. And they're all getting on him. And security comes in, dragging him out. And at least he's out of there. We're playing Omen of Doom now. If it's a gift, avoid it. Then investigate again. All right. Avoiding that. New gift. Okay, let's see. We'll roll for this and then see how it fits. Let's do this. So Frank saw a hotel room key. Well, we'll see how the roll goes first. We'll see how the roll. She's got 3 body, 1 hack. Wait, hold on. I drew again. Oh, no, I said avoid it and investigate. Okay. I need a 10. It's the worst roll of the night. Okay. Well, never mind. Never mind. She didn't get it. Just goes away. Just like that. I don't want to take a body or rage damage because I don't want to lose this 1 card in my hand. So we are passing the turn from Gabrielle. And they're heading towards the hotel elevators. Yeah. Frank is drawing an Omen of Doom. Body time. As they get to the elevators, there's more of these, but there's like 3 of them. 3 of these people just standing around the elevators, hitting people up as they go in, asking them if they want to go to their rooms. They want to go somewhere private to explore the Lord's body. All pushing this body narrative, all sexually. They giving off this weird sexual vibe, but also their eyes are cold and dead, and it's just this weird mixture. And there's 3 of them. As soon as Frank walks up, they're all around him, seeing if he wants to go up to their rooms. And apparently they have a floor. And let's see. And Frank ain't having none of that. Frank ain't got no time of that. I'm getting really ballsy now. I'm not even doing nothing. There we go. One ends up pushed up against the elevator. Other one ends up maybe kicked in the groin. Frank hits one in the knees, one in the crotch, pushes one. They're done with this. There's way too many of these freaks wandering around and bothering them. They're getting closer to finding the contract, and they need to move along. So Frank pushes one up against. He knees another one in the crotch. The other one backs off. Just a meek kid, ish person, not actual kid, and then backs off. Oh, and Gabrielle looks around. Okay, well, which floor are we going on? She says 3. Okay, let's go to 3. He's going to play... Oh, he was supposed to recycle a card. Hold on. I can't forget that. I'll recycle this card to draw a card. Alright. And evaluate trash the highest mind die. Sure thing. Rage gift. And he has strike too. So it looks like we're going to be getting this assault shot. We are. All right, our roll was 15. You roll all the dice you can, and then you keep 3 for those who are watching who don't know how to play or haven't seen this game before. Each little character sheet tells you what their attributes are for the different types of rolls. Body, mind, rage, and soul. He rolls 4 dice for rage, and then this has a tag of strike. He has strike 2, which means he can roll 2 bonus dice. Those are the white dice. Then, no matter what, though, no matter how many dice you roll, you only get to keep 3, and they got to beat the target on here. The target was specifically 8. This particular mission is a trophy collection kind of thing, and ooh, the master rolled a 10, but that wasn't enough to beat me, so he's keeping this trophy. And as they're getting into the elevator, he gets a whiff of gunpowder. Of gunpowder. Forget the garlic part. But he gets this strange, he's like, do you smell that? And she's like, smell what? And he's like, do you smell gunpowder? Heavy. And she says, no. He's like, someone's like, I don't know. I can smell it all over in this place. And then all of a sudden it's gone. So he knows it was one of those. This time he's like, now I'm having smelling visions. What are those called? Smelling visions. I can't think of the word for it. All right. That was him. He doesn't have any more omens. Omen of Hope. The elevator dings on floor 3. And as they open the doors, guess what? There's more of them. Welcome to the floor of the body. Welcome to the floor of our Lord. But this time, there's they have the one who greets them is in a bathing suit. There's less clothes. She's in a bathing suit of sorts, just like a tube top and short shorts, and maybe even oiled up a little bit. It's welcome, and no book in her hand, but I don't know, maybe a device or something, but or a towel. It's gross, like a small towel, not like a beach towel, but like a towel of some sort that has things engraved on it or embroidered on it. And she's like, oh, and she puts it around. Welcome to the floor of the Lord. Are you here to explore the body? Come. And yeah. Floor 3 just had to be the floor of the body of the Lord. Okay, so Gabrielle has, this is Gabriella. She has 3 in rage and 1 in resist. Damn. I cannot not roll 6s and 5s sometimes. So she, Gabriella just walks out, almost ignores this chick. She walks out. She grabs the lady by this woman by the arm, and she tells her. She says, "First step is to clothe the body," and then she pushes her out of the way. What was the room number again? 333. Okay, it's this way. And they continue on down the hall. First step is to clothe the body. Omen of Hope. Draw 1 card, then flip your... Oh, she gets to draw a card. Hot damn. There we go. Flip this... Oh, she was supposed to recycle a card. Hold on. She'll recycle this and draw this. Okay. Now flip this over. Valtava clay. That's another gift. I don't want any more gifts. We got enough. 13 body? Sure. 3. We're just going to roll 3 body. 9, 10. We did not get it. All right, we're going to play the Omen of Doom now. Affliction. She has to take a hit of body damage. She will discard a body gift. And then flip this pack over to Doom. Extra razor blades. Okay. 3 in her strike. She has 3 rage. Strike skill 1. Ooh. Okay, so that's enough to get that, but the master gets to roll 2 dice and rolls a 9. So the master finally gets a trophy. So that trophy goes in her trophy pile. We do not get any kind of clue. So we have to move on. She's going to draw up to 5. And now it is Frank's turn. He drew an Omen of Hope. And, oh wait, he has to recycle a card. We'll do that now. But then we got to deal with our buddies. This is the floor of the Lord. This guy comes out. Very fit dude. Comes out of a room, and he's wearing just a towel. He's got a slick sheen of sweat going on, and as they're passing, they can smell the room, and the room smells like some heavy sex going on, and other shit, actual shit maybe smell. And he looks at it, he's like, "Oh, hey, you looking to explore the body? Come, all children are welcome. Why don't you come in? I was just gonna grab some ice, and he's got a bucket. Why don't you come on in? He goes out and he grabs Gabriella, and he's got a grease. Was it? This is Frank, right? Yeah. He grabs Gabriella with his greasy hand, and let's see what Frank does about that. So the guys, you can hear a snap, and the guy screams, oh God, oh what the, and yeah, and but it's funny is as they're walking away, it's not funny. As they're walking away, they hear a snick, and Gabrielle looks back, and the guy. After they walk away, he doesn't make any more noise. The guy isn't going oh. He's doing that while they're watching, and as they walk away, it stops, and then they hear that snick, and she looks back, and he's going like this, and he's staring at them with those cold kind of snake eyes, watching them walk away. And this girl sticks her head out of the room, and she's looking at them too, watching as they're walking away. And it's just as creepy as I'm explaining it. But they're coming up on room 333. Omen of Hope, sustenance, and assemble using body at a bonus die. Holy crap. So they're standing outside of room 333. And they don't have a card, right? They don't have a key card or anything. So Frank knocks on the door. Boom, boom, boom. And nothing. And then knock, and nothing. But then they hear a growl, but a growl like nothing. This is not an animal growl. Frank's heard lots of Skinwalker animal growls, and it doesn't sound like an animal growl. It sounds like a human who's got way too much throat. And Frank puts his ears up against the door. He's like, "Do you hear that?" And she's like, "Yeah." But you know what? It didn't sound like it. And then they hear dum, 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 dum. And Frank turns just in time to see this abomination running down the hotel hallway right at them. It's got this huge face, huge jaws, multiple eyes. It looks like something out of some kind of alien. It doesn't even look like... It's a straight up demon, not your fancy dancy demons with their cool eyes and sexy looking bodies. This is like straight up someone opened up hell and let something out and is coming running down the hall at them. And it's Frank. This is good. Okay, so We're going to use rage because it's kind of his bag. And he does have sense. And we're going to... Assemble using rage. Recycle 1 card. Add 1 rage die. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, he's going to recycle this card. Add a rage die. That's another bonus die. And then... I don't want to mutate this thing. I got another thought. Okay, we're not going to mutate it. We're going to roll these and see what happens. And true to form, I cannot be stopped. All right. This thing's scary. We'll give it that, right? But Frank's faced down quite a few scary things in his time. This is a new scary thing, but it's just another scary thing. And so it's racing at Frank. And just before it gets to him, he sets himself. It's coming, and just before it reaches him, he drops down and he grabs on its legs, and he kind of flips it. Grabs down. He does an Aikido kind of move, right? No, judo. Judo is where you throw. Aikido is when you... Anyway, he gets down. He gets it. He throws it off, and it goes flying. And let's say they're at a end of the hallway. 333 is at the end, is here, and there's a door here. And so he flips this thing, and Gabriella's up against the wall. It flies by Gabriella, and because it's just big and dumb and crazy and full of teeth, and smashes in the door. It smashes through the door into this suite behind it. It rolls a few times, and then you hear this huge crash, and they race in, and it's kind of impaled itself on this huge aquarium that it bursts on. It's all full of glass and stuff, and it's floating in the water, and there's all this blood floating and the fish flopping on the ground and stuff. And evaluate when not sensing, increase the target by 2. No, we sensed, so we're all good. When contract is threat. Oh, things are getting more contracty, but we're almost out of cards here. So contracting means he's going to do... Oh, while contracted, mutate. Add 1 mutation die. Okay. Not sure what that's going to mean, but we'll see. We shall see. All right, so they're sitting here staring at this thing, dead in the room. We're going to play another Omen of Hope. Assemble versus threat. Add a bonus die. What's in this room? Siren Song. Yeah. It's only this game. This is the only time I ever rolled like this. If I was playing like, I don't know, Risk or something like that, somewhere I had to roll dice, 6-sided dice, I would not be rolling this good. Ever. So, this monster thing impaled on glass in this huge, very expensive aquarium, expensive exotic fish flopping around. They're looking at it, and then they look up, and all around them there must be like 20 of these cultists, all sitting around in various states of robed and disrobed, and they're all at first they're just staring at them, and they can feel the weight of them staring at them. But then they start speaking, and it's almost like they're chanting some kind of verses, and Gabriella can't tell if it's Latin or what it is, but they're all saying it, and they're all saying it in different pitches and tones and at different times. But the fact is they're all saying it together, and Frank and Gabriella can't help but feel a pull to join them as they're all doing this weird thing. Assemble versus threat, you get to add a bonus die. Okay. Should we go rage? It's kind of like... Yeah. It's 15. I don't want to lose against these weirdos. I don't want to have to describe to you what happens when we explore the Lord's body. No one should have to hear that. Okay, we're gonna mutate. We're gonna mutate so that Gabrielle can help. Well, Frank has the 4 at the bottom, which means facing him, which means he can add a mutation die in order to help himself. Takayasho Man says while this is contracted, add a mutation die, but Frank has has an enduring fragment. It's kind of like your level up system for this game. While contracted, if a card tells you to add mutation dice, you may choose not to. So he doesn't have to worry about Takashi Man, but he is going to add a mutation die for himself, so he can help himself, and Gabrielle can help as well. First, we have to figure out what mutation we're going to do. 2. 1, 2. Swarming. An old favorite of mine. All right, we're going to roll 2. We have to use the lowest one. Holy shiza. Shit. 1. Mutate. Avoid this threat. Someone else confronts a copy of this threat. Okay. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so Gabrielle's got to deal with this, and then this goes back in here, and we're going to have to deal with it again at some point soon. So Frank is just looking at him. He's like shakes off the but Gabrielle is going to have to deal with it. So Gabrielle is going to use, it looks like Mind would be her best bet. 1, 2, 3. Resist 1. Can I? I'm not going to worry about mutating. Mind, body. I want to get through this. So, one of the things I love about these last series of missions is Gabrielle's picked up this. She's like the biker, fucked up Disney princess, and she's picked up along the way this brood of flying rats that kind of exist in a parallel dimension nearby, always nearby, always ready to come flowing through, coming out of air, and helping her out. And we're going to say, so this card I can assemble versus a gift or threat. Here we go. Bury this to draw up to 4 cards from the clock to add 1 body die for each card drawn. Sacrifice any omens and confront any threats after this confrontation. I want to burn through this omen deck. So there's 1 omen, 2 omen, 3 omen, 4 omen. So we're adding 4 body dice to this. So that's pretty awesome. So that's a ton of dice. I don't think we're going to have a problem here. And we bury the rats. And then we'll see how this rolls. And then we'll... rolls really good. 6 and 6 and 5. So, Gabrielle's feeling they're chanting. It's like, suddenly she's entertaining the idea of going down and sitting with some of these gross people. But somewhere in her mind, she calls on these. She puts a call out to her little buddies, and they start appearing in different places around this room, interrupting the songs by freaking people out. Like they're flying in, all of a sudden they appear flying at one person. One goes into someone's, like squirrels its way into somebody's mouth. One's flying around, comes out flying from someone's towel, but disrupting the song and freaking these people out. They start running around, even if they're weird snake people. The rats are like very disconcerting, and but that's enough for Gabriella to go, oh man, this is really gross. So her and Frank back out of the room while that chaos is ensuing, and close the doors and return their attention to room 333. Right. That was... Are we going to finish up, or Gabrielle, you going to go again? Curiosity. Flip your Nexus to Doom. You cannot... Oh, she was supposed to... Hold on. I was supposed to recycle a card. I didn't do that. Let's do this one. All right. You cannot play Powers to Avoid. Okay, yeah. She's going to play another Omen of Doom. Red Shoes. Gift. Well, I'm not worried about any of this. We're going to do 3, and she has Charm. 4 dice. Double 6s and a 5. So, as they shut that door and they turn back to door 333, she sees something. She sees, maybe she sees shoes, but they're not tennis shoes. They're like stilettos. Stilettos. Razor sharp looking stilettos, red ones. Oh, that goes in her trophy. Oh, she rolled 17. Master rolled double 1s. That is on her trophy pile. And that's it for her. She's drawing 5. Huh. All right, Frank. Frank's drawing. Omen of Doom Gut Punch. The screaming and stuff in the other room and the crashing through the door. Oh, you know what? The door couldn't be closed. They backed out. The room's still open. The door was splintered and crashed by the Tokokashi man. Tokolashi. Yeah, that guy. So these 2 other members come running up. What's wrong? What's going on? Have you done something? All right, we got 4 rage and 1 resist. Kind of old hat now. Frank takes them both and shoves them towards the door and says, "You need to help your friends." And shoves them to the door, and they look back, and then they go in to help their friends who are still dealing with these flying rats flying around the room. Gut Punch. And damage, bury your first card. I was supposed to recycle a card here. Draw a new one. Okay. Rattle Trap. As soon as Frank throws those people in there, he wonders if maybe he should have seen if they could open up the room, 333. But that's when he hears a click. And, or no. That's when he turns back. When he looks at him, he goes, oh, maybe they could have got us in the room. And he turns, and Gabrielle's put her hand on it and pushes, and the door opens. And it is a much less lively suite than the previous one. In fact, it's dark and cold feeling. Colder than, they're all air conditioned, but this one feels particularly more cold. Gabrielle glances at him, and Frank nods. Yeah, I feel it too. So they kind of draw their weapons and walk into the room. And the suite's it's like a freezer in there. And as they walk in, the door slams shut behind them, and it gets dark. And let's see, we're gonna roll body, mind. Let's do mind. No, let's do body so we can. Yeah, we do body so that Gabriella can help. We're gonna mutate. 3, 1, 2. Rock solid. 5. Confront. Cannot play strike gifts. Okay. Whatever. Alright, so he's got 3. 3 body. No hack. He ain't got no hack. He ain't got nothing actually. Other than wait. Gabrielle's gonna help out in this one. Gabrielle grabs his arm. We're gonna add a body die. Bruiser. We're going to... Yep. Gonna try this with 4 dice. She grabs him, and this time it happens. Frank is ready for it, and he's and in fact he knows exactly what's going to happen the moment she touches him, and when that fire kind of lights up inside him, he welcomes it this time. He doesn't feel like it's like he doesn't know what's going on and something's weird. He's like, yep, and this is more of a him going. His first thought is it going to happen again? Is this something that's just a thing that's always going to that can happen? And sure enough, when she touches him, they both kind of light up inside, and the light just comes bursting out of every pore of their bodies, and the kind of supernatural trap that had been set in that room is just it's just cleared out. All the shadows recede, and they realize that the lights were on the whole time. This whatever presence was in here, this kind of supernatural trap is gone. Is that him? That is him. 1, 2, 4. Okay. Omen of Hope. Okay. Oh. We have to deal with... Well, I kind of want to... I'm going to do this together. We're going to do... Okay. The door behind them opens, and there's this guy there. And he looks in, another one of these cult kind of people. And he looks in and he goes, "They're in here. They're in here." Gabriella's got to take care of this monkey. Ooh, 4, 6, 8. We lose versus. No. She's gonna use dreams. I'm not losing against this guy. Dream Snare. Evaluate versus a threat. Recycle this card. Recycle any number of gifts. For each recycled gift, including this one, decrease the target by 1. So I'll recycle this one, and I'll recycle the snakeskin boots. Recycle means it goes in the bottom of your deck. Reduce that target by 2, make it a 10. And she walks up and puts her snakeskin boot right in this guy's stomach, or right in his chest. Bam! Kicks him. He flies back out. The other end of the doorway hits the door and slumps down to the ground. And symbol using soul, add 1 bonus die. But as she does that, and suddenly another one of these people come in the room, and another one, and Frank and her are standing there as all the ones that they avoided in the last room. The rats are gone. They're starting to pile into the room and doing their creepy chanting again. Yeah, take it easy, McTeddy. Thanks for joining me, man. Have a good night. They start doing that creepy chanting shit again. Okay. We're going to mutate. Don't be swarming. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fiery. All right. Fiery. She got to roll. Because what are we doing? Mind is 12. Let's do mind. That way I'll roll 2 mutation dice. Okay, so 1 is suffer 1 rage damage. Both of us do. So she drops her finger post. He drops his shutterbug. Where's his discard pile? Oh, that's what that was. Okay. And then, which is fine, whatever. Now she can help him re-roll, and she can help herself re-roll, and he can help her re-roll. All right, so she's got 3 mind and resist 1. And that's it. Let's do it. Wait, what's a symbol? Okay. 10, 14. Okay, so she's going to use her mind to get out of this. So she whips out her blunderbuss and she shoots a shot into the air. Now, the blunderbusses are extravagant, are like bodacious. They're like audacious. They're way bigger and louder than she needs, but she loves them so much she has two of her fancy pair of them. It's so loud, it drowns out it makes these people stop and they hit their ears. Frank's kind of used to it and he's half deaf anyway, and and it also scares them, and because they're not actually demons or anything, they're people, or kind of people, and they all kind of flow out of the room. They all go running out of the room, the door shuts, and that gives Frank and Gabriella a minute to look around the room. And sure enough, behind the behind the bar, they find one of the cylinders that has the contract in it. They open up, and they find one of the scrolls rolled up in it. They take it and screw it back on, and get the hell out of Dodge. Run down the halls. So I'm not gonna. The mission calls that mechanically we're supposed to. It says the timeout, which usually means to go through the clock. But all that would mean right now, since we're finishing up the skyscraper, means that I would just deal with cult member after cult member after cult member. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. That actually sounds like fun. So, okay. They find the contract, and they get out of the room. They start trying to make their way down the hall. As they're making their way down the hall, hold on. What is this? Okay. This is Gabrielle's turn. Sure. She's going to play Omen of Doom. She's out of cards. No. That's not. She doesn't want to carry her turn. She's going to draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's actually. She's almost out of cards of her deck. So this is not a perfect thing. So we'll see what happens. All right. So Frank draws an Omen. Actually, it's going to be just fine. Oh, he's got to recycle one card and draw one card. Recycle the Grifter and draw one of these. Now, this is what's going to happen. From here on out, this is going to be... this is Old Boy. This is going to be Daredevil. This is them fighting in the hallway as these creepy cultist members come out of doors and down the hallways trying to stop them. First up are a couple of bros, young college kid looking guys who come jumping out and try to tackle Frank. And Frank is 4 and 1. He's 5 dice. Yes. 6, 9, 11. One ends up with a broken ankle. The other one goes flying back and is knocked out in the room he came out of. Okay. Then 2, 3, 4. Okay. This is gonna be just fine, actually. And then it's Gabrielle's turn. Omen of Hope. See, the thing is, they're not. Oh wait, he doesn't have the discard. This is gonna be okay because as long as she don't take damage, she's all right. This one's a large fat man who tries to bear hug Gabriella and pull her into a room. She has 3. She gets 4 dice. Ooh, 8. Okay. We're going to play Bones. Evaluate, discard, reroll 1 die, then trash 1 die. So we're going to re-roll this red one. Nice. Trash that one. And then that's 12. So that guy ends up having a hard time swallowing and breathing because she just bashes his throat in. He stumbles back and falls to his knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Frank. We're just going to keep popping between them because that's what triggers the draw from the clock. Omen of Doom. Not that it really matters what the omens are right now because we're not playing them. 2 chicks, 2 ladies in bikinis, all greased up because they were fighting each other for the Lord's body. They come jumping on. One's on his back. The other one's trying to claw at his face. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Wow, dude. Yahtzee. Close. They both go flying. One down the hall. The other one's flies into a door. And he can recycle a card. Pass his turn to Gabriella, who's got an Omen of Hope. That doesn't matter. This one is a... let's see. This one's a woman. A thin, stick-like woman who is wiry and stronger than she looks. She wraps her arm around, she comes out of nowhere and's got her arm around Gabriella's neck. Gabrielle flips her and then, flips her and elbows her in the neck and keeps moving. She's going to recycle a card, pass it to... As she's walking and Frank comes up, they suddenly find themselves face to face with someone who doesn't look like any of the other people that they've encountered so far. Tall, incredibly beautiful woman, looks like a movie star. Gabrielle's like, and then Frank, just because of her reaction, knows that we're looking at whoever she saw in her vision, and this woman's like, "Are you causing all this trouble in my casino? Where are you going with that?" She says, "That's my property." Enter Dame Fortune, the big bad of tonight's little adventure. So her deal is, during the evaluate step, we can discard any number of cards to increase or decrease the target by that number. If the total does not equal the target, go to lose. So we got to roll the dice, and then we got to discard cards to... where is his hand? Is this his hand? Okay. I wish it was Gabrielle's hand. But we get to discard cards if we want to make the die roll match exactly whatever. Otherwise, we fail this. Which isn't going to really hurt us that bad. Just our pride. Frank looks at Gabriella. He's like, so... And Gabriella goes, "We need to get out of here." He's like, "Understood." So, let's see. We're doing this we do this the easy way or the really easy way, and that's what Frank's going for. The really easy way. Shutterbug, no. Alright, do you want to add more dice? We need 13. What can she do? No, avoiding. Assemble when using charming. No. Phylactery. Oh, wait, can I play a gift that will allow me to play a skill? I do. Strike. Oh, that's such a beautiful card. Alright, so he's going to play Halligan Bar, which is really beautiful for Frank once I figured out the bottom tag shit. So, assemble versus a threat. He can recycle this to add 1 body or rage die. He's going to add a rage die. Then, because this is a strike, and he has strike, he can add 2 dice because his strike is 2. So, such a good card for Frank. So, that's 7 dice we're rolling. And basically, we have to get exactly 13. There's no over, no under. Exactly. Right. 6, 11, 12, 13. Didn't even have to worry about it. He walks up. He's like, sorry, lady, but we need to get going. And he walks up and she goes, well, wait just a minute. And he's got her wrist and he he just hits her as hard as he can in the head. And she's just slumped. She slumps. He's never hit a woman this beautiful. He's hit a few women in his life. He's not necessarily proud of it, but the women were skinwalkers and that kind of thing. Well, and he kind of messed with some of the ones that are in these hallways, obviously. But this was the most beautiful by far he's ever hit. And, he knew she was a demon, and you could tell by the eyes and the smell. So he hits her, knocks her out. He lays her down, and then they both look at each other, and he goes like this, and they head out. So we get to add one of her gifts into ours, and we got to make it through the rest of the hallway. So, we're just gonna end it there because there's no way we're gonna lose any of these fights with the 10. So they make it out of the hotel and then head back to their super secret base in the suburbs of Las Vegas. All right, we've completed that. Let's check out what our fleeting fragment is for Law of the Jungle. So the contract, they'll find out, is signed with a symbol. Signed with a symbol, like an S, but with other runes kind of around it. The Sistrum. A demon crouches in the gap between a coffee shop and an empty warehouse. Its body hard and bloodless as alabaster. Its head 2 rising cobras that weave as they watch the people pass. It taps a sistrum against the pavement, jangling like coins in a panhandler's cup. Everybody pays the troll, you hear it hiss in twin voices. Novum the corpse, sooner or later. While contracted damage, if you would suffer damage from your deck, you may suffer it from your hand instead. Why would I suffer damage from my deck? We're going to set that one aside. All of these, beginning to feel like some of these books you should play. If anybody's watching this and they haven't started playing any of these books, playing this book might be a good one to play first or second. Or actually, I know exactly how I'd play this. I would play the not Morningstar. I'm sorry, Book of the Serpents first, and then Book of the Damned. All right. Oh. I'm going to randomly draw 2 fleeting fragments. Eyes of the Beholder. You first caught a glimpse of them at the local dive bar last week. They were nursing a drink with a fancy umbrella in it. And you just couldn't take your eyes off them. Or blink. God, how you miss blinking. Sacrifice examine 1 from any nexus. That's not too bad. The Resonance. Stains in the sink were bleached as you carefully emptied the plastic squeeze bottle. Dark cracks that kill ran throughout everything. They hummed when touched. Someday you knew the world would shake itself apart. Shining in the black web that clung to the face in the mirror crouched 2 hungry beetles. Your courage had faltered. The eyes would stay. You'd have to watch it happen. Evaluate. Sacrifice. Explode dice that show a number equal to the virtue used. Okay. Frank's going to take that. I don't think we're going to take this one. No, we won't take the other one. And that is it, folks. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Well, I can't tell you exactly which next episode it's going to be. Got to figure that out. But the next couple episodes will be only on YouTube because I'm going to be traveling this summer. So catch me on YouTube. Catch the next Apocrypha next Saturday on YouTube or next Sunday. Subscribe and you'll know exactly when it comes out. Other than that, have a great night. Viva la dungeon.